we were seeing that for every case that we had in a school, there were many, many students who ended up being at home for 14 days. And as we saw community transmission increase, we saw that happening in more classes. Sometimes a class would have to be off and then back in and then go off again. And so part of the decision with respect to school closures was for planning purposes, for the ability to really have the schools be able to plan that educational program without that in and out version of things that we were seeing become more and more frequent. We are also seeing that the students in junior and senior high, because we know that older ages can transmit more effectively, or I should say more similarly to older adults, whereas the younger children in elementary school don't seem to transmit as easily, that those were the ages where making the decision to have those students at home and learning remotely for several weeks was, again, part of that package, partly, again, because it helps to provide that additional stability, and partly because those are the students who can transmit more than the younger students. I recognize that this does have an impact on students even in the older grades with respect to their learning, but the planning behind this, again, is that we provide this period of stability and then after the break, and that week really is targeted at if there are gatherings that happen over the holiday season, over Christmas and New Year's, and if there is transmission that happens, providing that break after those holidays makes it less likely that we see many transmission events spilling over into schools from whatever happens with respect to transmission in the holidays.